Welcome back, guys. This is day 5. We're going to go over a full body balance. So let's get to it.
All right, so our first exercise is the squat to knee raise. We're gonna have our feet hips width apart, pushing through the heels to bring yourself up, and then bringing that one leg up once you have your balance. You can squeeze the glute of the standing leg to ensure more stability. We'll be alternating the knee that is raised every time we come up. There we go. Nice inhale on the way down. Nice exhale on the way up. Next up, we've got the downward dog. So we're gonna walk ourselves forward, right? You can relax the neck, let it sink between the shoulder blades and get that nice deep stretch in your back. You push your heels down into the ground as best you can to get the awesome stretch in the calves as well. Make sure that you're pressing your weight evenly in your fingertips. Try to keep the weight distribution away from your heel of your hand. All right, and if you wanna add a little extra challenge to this, you can raise your leg and hold it up. There you go. Pushing through the heel of the foot. We'll go for a nice alternating leg raise, or you can hold 30 seconds on each leg. All right, our next one's gonna be split squats. So if you have a little footstool or something that you can put your foot on, we can use that. If not, we can use the ground. So to set yourself up, you're going to have yourself 2 or 3 feet away from the object. Okay, you're gonna make sure that you can balance on that single leg before you put it right on the step or whatever surface you're using, or the floor. Okay, we're gonna come on down by bringing the hip back. There you go, pushing through the heel. Excellent. All right, go nice and slow with this to give yourself a little bit extra advantage on the balance. Feel free to look at something in your room that isn't moving for a focal point. Nice and slow on this one. You do not want to have your foot too far or too close to your object or your other foot. Okay, we want to make sure that we don't have our knee going too much further than our toes, if at all. Next up, we've got the corner jumps or corner steps. Normally we do this with cones at the gym, but you can have just an imaginary square that you're stepping in direction of. Okay, you can keep the toes forward best you can, or we could go for jumps if you want to add a little bit more extremeness to this exercise. Going for a nice breath every time. There we go. All right, this is going to be a really good one for balance and getting around. Our next one's going to be the single leg balance. So you can do this 2 different ways, either with your knee pointed down or with your knee pointed up. You can hold this for either 30 seconds per leg or 1 minute per leg, depending on how you feel today. All right, and when you are standing in your single leg balance, be sure to flex the glute of that standing leg to give you additional stability, as well as finding a focal point if you need to in the room that's not moving. All right, number 6 is Warrior 1. So we're going to keep our heels in line as you bring one foot, turn out and forward, okay? We're gonna go into a little lunge, and you're gonna start facing the direction of that leg with your arms up. All right, and you can deepen this lunge as you go. We're gonna be holding this for 30 seconds to a minute. All right, this is gonna help open up your hips as well as give you some balance and some quad activation. All right, 30 seconds to a minute. The Pilates pump will be next up. So we'll be going into a hollow body hold. All right, balancing on your bottom. Okay, you can either go with your legs down, or you could bring your legs up for even more activation in the legs. All right, this is a really good one that works the core. If you do have lower back or tailbone issues, you could bring your feet right down. All right, and we're gonna go right into it. Excellent. Next up, we've got our plank. This is the last one on the round as well. You can hold this for a minute. If you wanna try to challenge yourself and go a little longer, you totally can. For our high plank, we're gonna make sure that our joints are stacked from elbow to shoulder to wrist. One nice straight line with a slight bend in the arms so we're not locked out. Keeping the spine neutral as possible. Look straight down at the mat. Nice deep breaths. Don't forget to breathe on these isometric exercises. Sometimes we can forget. If you want to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge, you could go into a low plank on your forearms. Again, making sure that your shoulders and elbows are stacked directly above each other. Sorry about that. Okay, and keeping yourself nice and straight.
All right, guys, that was day 5 for us for our full body balance. I hope you enjoyed it. Please wash your hands and leave any comments, any feedback for us. Every little bit helps, so stay safe.